In South Africa, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has publicly condemned a group of 59 white South Africans who recently relocated to the United States, branding their immigration a cowardly act. His comments have sparked debate at home and abroad as geopolitical tensions between South Africa and the United States continue to rise. Now, the Afrikaners' descent of mainly Dutch settlers arrived in the United States on Monday, granted refugee status by President Donald Trump's administration. Now, the U.S. government justified the decision by claiming the group faced racial discrimination and a climate of violence in South Africa. While reacting strongly to the development, President Ramaphosa stated during an agricultural exhibition in the Free State province, as South Africans, we are resilient. We don't run away from our problems. When you do, that's cowardice, and they'll be back soon. There's no country like South Africa. Well, that's his rhetoric right there and his hopes. But then I think in the coming days, he'll be visiting the United States and he would have to see President Donald Trump. And the coming days will get more report on that. Now, he criticized the group's unwillingness to embrace the government's ongoing effort to redress historical imbalances created by apartheid, describing their departure as a sad moment in the nation's democratic journey. Well, let's take a background to this issue. President Donald Trump and his ally, South African-born tech mogul Elon Musk, have repeatedly alleged a genocide of white farmers, a narrative widely debunked by independent observers. Nevertheless, the United States has accused the South African government of expropriating land from white farmers without fair compensation. In January, Ramaphosa signed a contentious land reform law permitting expropriation without compensation under specific conditions deemed to be in the public interest. Although no land has yet been seized under the new act, it remains a deeply divisive policy both domestically and internationally. Ramaphosa responded to critics during a separate appearance at the African CEO Forum in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. He said he had personally informed President Trump that claims of persecution against Afrikaners were unfounded, reinforcing that white South Africans remain an integral part of the nation's fabric. However, Ramaphosa's use of the term cowards has drawn backlash online, with some social media users calling it insensitive to the fears and experiences of white South Africans who feel unsafe. Meanwhile, the group was welcomed over there in the United States with open arms in the United States. Deputy Secretary of State Chris Landau greeting the arrivals at Dulles International Airport near Washington, D.C., is stated to welcome the land of the free. Now, the new arrivals were seen holding small American flags and accompanied by young children with arrival halls decorated in patriotic colors right there on your screen. Well, according to the United States Embassy in South Africa, refugee eligibility requires that applicants demonstrate past or future persecution based on race or other factors. Ramaphosa, however, insisted that the 59 recent immigrants do not fit the bill. He added that he would be meeting with President Trump soon to address the growing tensions and clarify the situation. Trump, in response to the controversy, has reportedly threatened to boycott the upcoming G20 summit in South Africa unless the situation is taken care of, further straining diplomatic relations between the two nations. Now, this report highlights a broader debate over post-apartheid restitution policies and racial reconciliation and migration rooted in socio-political dissatisfaction. It also underscores how domestic policies decisions can have far-reaching implications in international diplomacy.